Welcome, listeners. You are here. It is Mr. BudgetPedalChap and Mr. DaveRage. We are here for the second in this interview / competition series. So by now, you all know that the competition has closed, and by the end of this podcast, we will be announcing the official winner. But before we do that, let's hear some from Mr. Anjay. What's up?
Hello.
You okay?
Yeah, sorry, completely missed my cue there, which is always good.
It's all right. I can edit it so that it seems like you were bang on.
Oh, there's no point. They all know that I'm absolutely useless at the moment.
How's it been? How's it been going? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. Busy, travelling, doing things. Not done much on YouTube recently. I think I'm about 4 reviews behind at the minute, and I'm going to try and do at least 3 of them tomorrow, which probably won't happen. But it's a good place to be. Yeah.
It's better to have a bank of things to review rather than have nothing in your schedule.
Yeah, and just make a rant video or something like I tend to do if I've run out of stuff.
Yeah. I've got to admit, I'm exactly the same. I've got a little guitar corner of things that I should be doing, and then life gets in the way, unfortunately.
It's all good. As I said, it'll be a nice series of reviews if I can get them all done in one hit. But I think it might be might be a few weeks worth. It might take me into the new year.
That'd be awesome, cool. Anyway.
I think so. Gives me something to do, keeps me off the streets.
Yeah, that's it. So it's not been quiet for the entire competition though. You've done quite a few reviews on some pretty awesome products. So we're gonna have a little kind of breakdown of some of those.
Cool. Yeah, there's been some good stuff.
So I reckon we'll leave the big one until last. So you've done some pedals, haven't you? I've got the American Sound, the POC Echo, and the Voodoo Octave.
Yes. So
out of those two, I have not played a POC Echo, and I don't even think I know a great deal about it. So do you want to explain for our listeners what? So that's a Moon POC Echo. Explain what that pedal's all about.
So Moon have got kind of a new range of pedals that are these POC whatever. So I did the POC Distortion, the POC Dist a few weeks back, and it's essentially that the Echo is, I can't remember the top of my head, I think it's got 7 different types of Echo in it. So from kind of gentle analog to digital to modulated to reverse, but it's also got a looper pedal built in as well. So it's kind of quite a multi-function kind of pedal. And it's actually pretty nice. I'm not a huge delay user. I do have delay. I've been using a Donner Echo Square for a bit, but it's one of those ones where it's a nice enough pedal, but it's small and it always sounds a bit digital, whatever setting you're on. Yeah. Whereas the POC Echo seems a little bit more, I don't know, just seems a bit softer, a bit smoother. It feels more natural.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a proper sized pedal as well. It's not a mini pedal, which is quite nice. So you can actually find it on a pedal board when you're looking for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty good. There's a few in the range. They've got the POC Dist, they've got the POC OD, the POC Echo, and the POC Verb. Yeah,
I've seen them popping up. But yeah, the POC Echo. So what kind of settings we got on it? Sorry, did you say? So we got a.
So there's I'm just doing off the top of my head now. So you've got, I think it starts with digital, then analog, then tape, then something else, then it's like reverse, lo-fi, kind of bit crusher sound. And it's got a really cool one called Galaxy, which is kind of ethereal. So there's some really cool little sounds to be had in there, and quite a lot of fun to be had with it. And as I say, you've also got this looper. So they've got this. You can use it as a standalone looper without any of the echoes, or you can have it so that it's got one of the echoes running and the looper as well.
Oh wow, that's
which can you can do some really weird. Yeah, you can do some weird stuff with it. But obviously, so it'll loop with the echo,
Yeah.
And then whatever you play has the echo as well. So you end up with quite a lot going on if you're not careful. But it's hell of a lot of fun to mess around with.
Yeah. I imagine you can get some kind of Brighton Rock-esque things going on using that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Crazy, man. I'm a huge advocate of delay, but I tend to use it as a kind of, rather than how the Edge might use it in a very kind of rhythmic way, I tend to use it in the space of where I'd use reverb, because I find it's a bit cleaner.
That's quite a common way to use it as well, especially if you've got something which has a clean tail off. So if you're using the digital one, it's the same. It's an exact repetition each time and goes off nicely. Whereas if you're using something like the tape delay, each one warps slightly as it repeats. So it doesn't. I love that sound if I want that sound, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's a much warmer sound. Oh, tube delay was the other one as well. And it's a really warm sound, but if you want that kind of reverby sound, it doesn't work because it constantly goes slightly out of tune as it goes down. Yeah. Yeah. Which is the natural way it works. So
I tend to use the kind of analog style delays because they've got a kind of a low pass filter effect on them. So it kind of steps out of the way of your original guitar signal, but whilst also creating space.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it that way. Yeah, of course, because that way it just changes the frequency very slightly. So if you use one of the ones that's got the modulation on it as well, that'll do the same thing, I'd have thought.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Yeah, so your guitar still cuts through around the sound rather than trying to compete with the sound.
Yeah, which is where I find reverb often falls short a little bit.
Especially if you've not got good reverb. I want to try, Simon was talking about the Mosky plate reverb he's been playing with, like an 18 quid reverb pedal off eBay. And he says that's got a really nice sound to it. So I've got quite a cheap reverb pedal, which as soon as you put anything with a bit of gain into it, it just craps out. I mean, I put the Hello Sailor anchor drive through it, and I mean, it didn't. It sounded like I was going through a fuzz pedal, not an echo pedal, not a reverb pedal. This isn't the POC echo. This is some Eno verb pedal I got for about 10 off eBay. Yeah, and it just turns into a fuzz pedal if you hit it too hard.
Oh dear, that sounds terrible. I've only really started recently using reverb because I've got a Marshall reflector, I think it's called, and then that's got like multiple settings. But the one I tend to gravitate towards is the spring reverb, which is like the least kind of subtle one, and it's almost designed to get in your way. So it makes no sense that I like delays that get out of your way, but I like a reverb that's completely all in your signal. But
have you ever had a proper plate? Have you ever actually had a proper reverb tank in an amp before, where when you kick the amp, you get this almighty crashing sound? Yeah,
my first ever practice amp that came with my Squier Strat. It was a Fender Frontman 15R.
Yeah.
And then it had a spring in it, and it was the most amazing thing that whenever you moved it, it'd do that kind of rattly, beautiful springiness.
There's something about it, isn't there? It just seems natural.
Yeah. It was a great reverb sound, especially considering how poor the amp was.
With its 8-inch speaker.
Yeah, I think the one that I had was the 10, yeah. But there was an 8-inch version.
With a magnet about the size of kind of a 10p piece on the back of it, just trying to drive it.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't great, but this reverb was luscious. So
just wanted to take that out and stick it in your new amp.
That's it, yeah. Or have the front man going into the effects loop of a good amp. That'd be
brilliant.
It would be an odd thing, like an odd reverb tank having like this 15-watt practice amp.
Oh man, that'd be a YouTube video just there.
It would. I've still got that amp somewhere. I might try that because I'm sure you could go through the input.
It'll sound so bad.
It probably would. Yeah, but
I'll watch the video to the end quite happily.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a try, isn't it? This is you've given me some ideas. I'll do that in the new year.
Good man.
So, Puck Echo, pretty good. So Voodoo Octave. This is one that I have played because I used to own the Joyo one, which is it was called the Voodoo Octave as well, wasn't it?
Same pedal again.
Yeah.
Same innards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I'm on this hunt for a fuzz pedal, and I keep thinking I'm there. I had a Big Muff, and that's not a personal statement. I had a Big Muff pie with a wicker.
Yeah.
And it was, all right. I mean, no, saying it's all right is unfair. It was an amazing pedal, but it doesn't what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I was kind of looking for that really heavy clipped sound, and the Moon, it kind of gets there.
Yeah.
But it goes from almost what I want to absolutely crazy in about a millionth of a millimetre in turn.
Too much,
and the pots feel horrible. I mean, it's got some great sounds in it. I love when the octave comes into it because it has like a high octave.
Yeah.
And that's really nice. But there's so many weird little things with it. So, for instance, when you hit the octave button, the signal cuts slightly before it comes in, so you couldn't use it to kind of go seamlessly into a solo.
Yeah,
for instance.
Unless it was like a break.
Yeah.
Before the solo, but then. Yeah,
it's one of those ones where I really want to love it, but I know it's going on eBay fairly soon.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm going back to my JSA fuzz, little fuzz from Simon until I can convince him to make me a better one.
I think. I ended up buying the Voodoo Octave because I heard so many like poor reviews of it, and it was just for like a hot minute. It was like this laughing stock on the Gear Exchange, and people were selling them for like a tenner. So I was like, yeah, go on, I'll give it a go. And to its defence, it weren't as bad as people were saying, but the mid cut switch was pretty fucking useless, and the octave, like you say, it didn't really add much to it when it was all engaged, and it was just a bit. I don't know. It was meh. Yeah, it was a bit okay.
I think you can get one thing I did find with it. You can get a really nice kind of almost Hendrixy style octave fuzz type thing going. If you have it on the neck pickup of a single coil, you put the you have the octave on, you have the fuzz pretty much full, and then you turn the tone on your guitar all the way down.
Okay.
So you're fully bass, and then you come you go above the 12th fret.
Yeah.
And then you can start getting some stuff that sounds a bit more kind of. It just had that. I don't know. It has quite a nice sound, but it's such an awkward thing to set up. You couldn't use it. You can't use it in a live situation. For recording it, it'll probably okay. You could probably sit around and play with it and get a tone that works for a section of a solo.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't want to do it in a live. So thank me, I don't play live. But you wouldn't want to try and get that mid solo. Suddenly, whack the change pickups. Whack down the tone. Hit the button. Hit the.
It's a almighty kind of orchestration there, isn't it?
So yeah, I mean, I'm sure people can get some good tones out of it, and there are some nice tones in there. It just doesn't fit the profile I'm looking for, because I'm not a big fuzz user, but there are certain things where you just want that kind of Smashing Pumpkins kind of sound without going all the way up to an op amp in Pi or Soundgarden or something like that, where it's just kind of that nice heavy clipping that you can use for good chugging rhythm sound. And this kind of sounds, it hits that chainsaw sound far too quickly. I
found it was there were some usable sounds in there, and I found when you hit it at the front end with a drive pedal, it kind of smoothened everything out a little bit more. But
I didn't try that actually. Yeah,
it was one of these where it required a lot of steps to get there, and there's a lot more unusable sounds in it than there are usable ones.
Yeah, I might try throwing Betsy at it first. So Betsy's my Hello Sailor overdrive pedal. I could try throwing that at it and see what happens. But yeah, as you say, it's just if you have to work that hard at it, it's probably not worth it.
Yeah, exactly that.
When it comes to something which is a click and play kind of pedal.
Yeah. And then finally coming on to the American sounds, which I think is the best place to kind of end it, because I don't know about you, but the American sounds I really got on with. I think I've still got it somewhere, to be honest. Yeah,
so I've got a Vox modelling amp from 100 million years ago.
Yeah,
and it's lovely, and it's got a line out in it, but it doesn't quite sound right when it's being recorded. I've noticed. So I wanted an amp in a box that I could record straight into the PC with, because I didn't like any of the virtual amps I've got. I've got a few, and none of them quite fit that kind of Fender sound. And I'd seen In the Blues doing a review of the Joyo version.
Yeah.
And he had one ages ago, and then he got rid of it, and he bought another one. And this is a guy who's got a Kemper profiling amp.
Yeah.
And he's bought one of these to play live with now, but if he doesn't have an amp available.
Yeah.
And so I thought, I'll grab one of those. They're not very expensive. They're about 25 quid or 30 quid or something. And just fell in love with it. I don't have much time to play too much with it, but just what I've done with it so far, absolutely love it. It sounds like a Fender amp. It sounds anything from tweed to blackface with a quick dial turn. The drive sounds natural and kind of tube-like, and you can throw pedals at it and it takes it perfectly. And that was the problem I was having, that doing lots of pedal reviews, amp sims do not take pedals well on a computer.
No.
VST plugins just don't take them well.
No, they do their sound, don't they? But then the moment you throw any kind of curveball at them, it just
doesn't cope.
They
very
crap
well.
out a bit, don't they?
Not the cheap VSTs that I'm using. I'm sure the big ones do. But then also the modelling amp. It's one of those ones where it's got one tube in it that's split across the preamp and the actual power amp.
Yeah.
And it kind of tries to do it, but it doesn't sound quite right, because it's got its own modelling going on. It's got its own effects going on. And it just never quite sounded right. So putting it through this, you could get such a lovely, clean sound to really hear the pedals come through. And yeah, absolutely brilliant. Can't say enough good things about them.
Yeah, absolutely. When I was using it, I was using it at the front end of an amp, because I've got the Blackstar HT5, which is, I mean, it's
a Marshall.
Yeah, it's a kind of a budget amp, pretty much, and it does the drive thing really well. It's really versatile, but the clean tone on it, or the clean channel on the one that I've got, it's one control, and that's just volume. So there's no tonal shaping with it at all, and because of that, they've kept the clean tone really safe. It's fine, it works, but it's nothing to write home about.
And it's very clean, I'm guessing, as well.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
no
necessarily
drive in it at all.
I don't necessarily mind that there's not any drive in it, because I've used the drive channel with the gain down to get like a kind of breaking up clean tone, and that works really well. But if you want that kind of really sparkly, kind of bluesy clean tone, it doesn't do that, and there's no way of shaping it to do that. So I used the Joyo American sound in the front end, almost like an EQ pedal.
Yeah.
And it Fenderizes the clean channel, which...
That's a really good... Yeah, it's that make better a button almost, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So, because it's got the 3-band EQ, it allowed that kind of tonal shaping, but it also puts its own kind of tonal stamp on it as well.
Yeah, I think the only thing with it is because it's got a cab sim, it's got a cab emulator built into it. It's I don't know how well you could use that volume on a going into an amp. I mean, they actually say in the instructions you can do. You just have to adjust the EQ to get around the cab simulator. So I think the Tech 21 that it was the blonde that it was originally based on, you could turn the cab simulator on and off, so you could just put it straight into an amp. But obviously, it's a clone, so you don't get all the features. But yeah, I mean, I have tried it, and it does sound nice. But I think you'd have to tweak it from that to direct recording quite a lot to make them both sound decent. But yeah, I think I can absolutely see how it would work in front of us, as you say, an amp which doesn't have good tone controlling.
Yeah.
And you don't want to use just an EQ pedal because you want that kind of ampy sound and that Fendery sound. I can imagine anyone who's got like a Marshall, even like some of the old cheaper Marshalls, the solid state ones who want to get a bit more of a kind of a Fender sound could throw that at it quite nicely. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you get the best of both worlds, really, don't you? With the kind of Fender cleans and then being able to kick in a Marshall style drive.
Yeah,
that's living the dream there, that isn't it?
Oh yeah, well it's not without having to have the Joe Bonamassa style. Let's have two Dumbles and let's have two Fender Tweeds and have them all at 10.
Yeah, in an ideal world, that's probably where we'd all go, isn't it? But I think our neighbours don't appreciate our Joe Bonamassa impressions a lot of the time.
No. And I don't wear sunglasses inside either, sadly.
Yeah, well...
I also don't play as well as him, so, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, swings and roundabouts. I haven't tried the sunglasses indoors yet, see if that helps, but I can't imagine it's going to work. Yeah, so the kind of the big thing that you've reviewed recently is something that I'm very interested in, and you've definitely done a good job of it because you're making me want one now. It's the Harley Benton HB35. So it's kind of in the style of a 335. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, it's like all good Harley Bentons. It's completely like curve for curve ripped off from something else, with just enough changes to avoid lawsuits.
Yeah. God bless the good ship Harley Benton and all who sail within her.
Absolutely. Although, a slight side step there, really interested to see what Andertons are doing with the old East Coast stuff now. But anyway, that's a whole other story.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they've got their new budget range, haven't they?
They have. The East Coast brand used to be stocked in PMT way back when, and then they kind of dipped out of that, and now it seems to have emerged back at Andertons.
Yeah, so I'd be curious to see how that goes on. But yes, no, the HB35 is. So I've played. What have I had now? I've got the ST62, the Strat, their white Strat copy.
Yep.
I've played the TE52, which is their 52 Telecaster copy.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got one of their basses as well.
Yeah.
And this is by far the nicest guitar of theirs I've played. It's just everything about it.
Yeah.
From how it looks to how it sounds to how it feels is just, and I'll caveat this, for the money, which is about 130, 140 quid, is just spectacular. I mean, the binding on it is beautiful. And I know all of it's fake. You know the binding's fake. You know that everything about it is a little bit fake, but it just doesn't look at and feel it. It feels it's great. It's such a nice thing. And I mean I think it's got Roswell pickups, which do the business. They can get you from kind of B.B. King up to kind of Dave Grohl in quite merry fashion.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. The hardware on it is all cheap. It's chrome kind of generic stuff. But again, tuning pegs on it, for instance, work really nicely. Whereas on the other two guitars, we've always felt a bit iffy. Just felt that little bit cheaper. They just don't feel cheap. The only thing on it that bugged the hell out of me until I sort of played with it properly was the actual fretboard. So they use this thing called Blackwood, which is by all accounts some kind of heavily treated pine, to make it look a bit like ebony. And if you've had a Harley Benton, you have to clean them. That's the first thing you have to do really is give them a fret polish and give them a clean. What I had to do with this one, I had to rehydrate the fretboard because it felt scratchy, felt dry and scratchy. So I've got some lemon oil stuff.
Yeah.
covered it in that first, and then went for it, and it suddenly felt 100 times better. And I just fell in love with it straight away. It's a big old chunky thing. I mean, the neck is massive.
As to be expected, really.
Fat neck. But no, it just sounds great. It's got that lovely kind of. There's something about semi-hollow which just sounds so nice in a mix, because it's kind of a bit more, I don't know, it's spanky, but not kind of Telecaster spanky. It feels deeper than that.
Yeah, it's got a kind of a low end resonance, but it's also got. It seems to kind of chime a lot more in the high end as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I mean it's got a mahogany. I don't know what they call it. The block in the middle for the resonance. Yeah. And I mean, I can't say enough good things about it, and I've not been paid to say any of that, and I do have to buy the guitar if I want to keep it, which I am doing, obviously, because it's fantastic, and the wife told me I could. She's even named it already, so it's kind of
part of the family now.
So all my guitars get names. So the Black Telecaster is Loretta. If you watch Genesis New Orleans, you'll know why. And this one is called Rosa after Rosa Parks, because it's just this beautiful, beautiful, strong guitar. And I was stunned by the quality of it, because you get all the reviews, and people are going, "Oh, it's really, really good. It's great. I love it. It sounds fantastic." You kind of get cynical very quickly. Yeah. Because I mean, these guys are quite tightly tied to Harley Benton. Yeah. And you actually sit down and play it, and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what brought up a bit of skepticism for me about the Harley Benton brand, is that there were so many people seeming to get some Harley Benton stuff, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, it's so great, it's so great. And once you see like a sea of that, there's a seed of doubt that gets planted in your mind. But like very much, I will trust your review on it, and the fact that you're pointing out some of the things that are not perfect out the box, like the condition of the frets and the fretboard.
Yeah.
I mean, those are things that other reviewers might kind of skirt over, but it's definitely interesting to know, because if you are a beginner, like an absolute beginner, if that happened and you got one of those guitars that have been in sitting dormant in a factory for a while and needs a bit of a clean, then it's going to be no good to you. But if you are one of these people who've got a little bit of experience under your belt, know a little bit about guitar maintenance, then that little detail could make it a perfect guitar for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think we spoke about this last time. I mean, the reason that I'm looking at these is so I have different sounds and different kind of. So each guitar you pick up, and you'll know this, every guitar you pick up makes you play differently.
Yeah, very much.
So I play my Telecaster is my main guitar. It's what I play almost anything on, and I can get anything from nice bluesy stuff up to heavy metal on there without any issues. Yeah. But you pick up kind of the HB35, that kind of style guitar, and you instantly default down to playing like John Lee Hooker and kind of B.B. King kind of stuff. Yeah. You pick up a Strat, you start playing Hendrix straight away. Yeah. And it's just that they all kind of have a different feel. If I've got a humbucker based Tanglewood Pioneer 2 from God knows how long ago, in fact 20 years ago, and that you just want to play like a Les Paul, so you want to start playing Guns N' Roses stuff on it. Yeah. And I think if you have that experience, then it can become really expensive to get those kind of different sounds and different feels. So something like a Harley Benton, where with a very limited amount of money and a very limited amount of time, you can get something that works really nicely for you. You don't have to go out and find a really expensive guitar just for recording an ES335 sound. You can get a Harley Benton for 150 quid and spend 10 minutes tarting it up, and then you've got exactly what you needed. We all have our favorite guitar, and we all have guitars we use for particular things, so why spend the fortune on them if you don't have to? Exactly that. And it's also good for people who are not necessarily like beginners, but
people who haven't had the kind of the experience and the prior knowledge of being able to try these different types of guitar, and so they could pick up maybe a Strat, a Les Paul, a 335 style Harley Benton, and think, yep, this is definitely the kind of style for me. Now I can kind of pursue that avenue for the higher price brands, and it's not gonna cost you a huge amount doing that.
No, I mean, I was kind of looking at this and thinking, well, Epiphone Dot, which is kind of the next thing along from, or even some of the Ibanez's, are some really nice Ibanez hollow double cutaways.
Yeah,
they're also in the £300-400 bracket.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you go towards the actual Gibson 335s, they're like $2,500.
Yeah, that's for a cheap 335 as well. That is.
Yeah, so I'd love to. Obviously, not kidding myself. This guitar will not last 20 years. I can't imagine. They have to cut corners. They do. You accept that when you see them. They're not a lifetime guitar, I don't think. I could be wrong. In 20 years' time, we'll have the same conversation, and I'll say that the thing's still working.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's a very real possibility.
But
like you say, where Gibson will use, like their centre block is going to be made out of a premium mahogany, whereas the Harley Benton might be like 2 or 3 offcuts of mahogany put into a block form. Same with the neck. It'll be like a one piece with the Gibson, whereas there'll be a scarf joint on the Harley Benton.
Yeah, and about an inch thick of lacquer on top of it.
Yeah, exactly. So
but as long as you accept that, and you're not kidding yourself that you're getting a £3,000 guitar for £100, then I think this is where a lot of people go wrong. They kind of look at it and they hear all the good reviews, and they miss the point that this is a great review based on value for money, compared to quality.
It's all taken into consideration, isn't it?
Yeah, for very few. I mean, I've seen a few people who have turned around and said, "Oh, I sold my my Fender Elite for a £100 Harley Benton," and other people going, "Oh, I'd have the Harley Benton over the PRS because they got the CST 24, which is like the similar kind of PRS." And you do have to kind of wonder if they just got a really bad PRS potentially, because there are a lot of horror stories around Harley Benton. There are people who've got sort of stuff that, I saw a brilliant one where they had done all of the inlay dots on the side of the neck were 1 fret down. So the 13th fret had the double dot.
Oh dear.
So there are silly things like that that happen occasionally. What Harley Benton do is they do what they call the decos or decos, which are the decorative guitars, which are the ones that have completely failed their QA.
Yeah.
And people buy them, and they're kind of quite, maybe a third reduced.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll get them, and it's literally like you just have to replace one tuning peg, and the whole thing's perfect. So it's just using a bit of common sense and applying that to it and not trying to think you are about to get a Gibson Les Paul if you've just paid £150 for something. Yeah, it's just the world doesn't work that way. But I think it's unfair to dismiss them as toys or beginners, because, as you say, a beginner getting one of these isn't going to rehydrate the fretboard. They're going to play it. It's going to feel horrible. They're going to go, I don't like playing guitar anymore. Yeah. So it's just, you really have to kind of just know what you're buying and be a bit, and watch the reviews and watch the ones who do say, yeah, it's great, but you need to do this to it. Or, the first one I got, I couldn't play, so I sent it back, and the second one was fine, So, yeah, I mean, the other thing as well to remember is that buying a £150 guitar and then putting £800 worth of new pickups and electrics into it is also a bit daft. Which I've seen a few. Oh, I've just got these EMGs and this. You're like, no, don't. There's no point. Yeah.
Once the hardware and the pickups kind of exceed the price of the guitar, you're probably doing something a little bit wrong.
Yeah, to each their own.
But
I sometimes watch film at night on on his channel, Know Your Gear. And yeah, it's the sort of thing they'll do. They'll take like a Squire and pimp it out with loads of stuff and it'll play amazingly. And that's fine. But yeah, sometimes you do wonder when you start seeing these, oh yeah, I got rid of the Roswells because they didn't sound great. And I put these £300 pickups in and they sound great. And you hear the before and after and you're like, it's not that different.
Yeah.
It's not 300 quid different.
If you don't really want to be putting £300 worth of pickup into a guitar that didn't even cost that new. But hey ho, I mean, it's all down to kind of player preference, and if someone really gets along with their Harley Benson guitar and wants to upgrade it, by all means do it. It's not gonna retain the value if you come to sell it, but if it's your guitar and you love it, then by all means go for it.
And I don't think you buy a Harley Benson for resale value.
Oh no. Yeah, you're not looking to make a profit on them.
No, but yeah, go and buy one. We use my affiliate link, so I'll get a kickback. No, I mean, no, highly recommend it. If you're looking for a semi-hollow and you're kind of into that sound, I highly recommend it. Yeah,
I mean, from what I've played of the Harley Benton stuff as well, it's very playable. The pickups that I've tried haven't been like amazingly inspiring, but they're better than most things at that price point. And
I'll tell you the biggest problem with them often is the pickup height, I've noticed. So for instance, my bass, I hadn't realised that I was recording it and it always sounded distorted. And it's just because the pickups were so high. And I had the same problem with the...
rattling.
Yeah, and I had the same problem with this, the HP35. No matter what I did, I couldn't get a clean sound out of it. And it kind of sounded a bit chorusy as well.
Yeah.
And it's because the pickups were so close to the strings that it was catching all the wrong kind of resonances and vibrations and whatever else. So lowered them and it suddenly sounded a whole lot better.
Yeah, I mean...
But again, it's one of those things you have to know to do.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And to look for.
Yeah,
otherwise it just sounds like a really harsh sound.
Yeah, beginner could pick it up, play it, like try and play a chord on it, and it sound chorusy, and them just go, no, it's a broken guitar. But yeah, I mean, that's our kind of our take on the Harley Benton and stuff. And I think on my channel there will be very shortly some kind of follow up with the Harley Benton stuff. So watch out for that.
Good stuff. Enjoy.
So onto our kind of solo competition.
Yes.
Before we mention the entries, we had a go at it ourselves, didn't we?
We did, yes.
Which it took me much longer than it should have.
You did take ages, actually.
Yeah, I was overthinking just so much, because it's such a kind of simple chord progression that it lulls you into a false sense of security.
It's got a weird bit in the middle which doesn't quite fit what you're expecting, so you have to actually be melodic rather than just shreddy. Yeah, exactly that, yeah. So the kind of premise behind it was that you use some interesting equipment and pedals and try some weird stuff. And you kind of kicked that off pretty well, didn't you? So do you want to explain what your kind of saying for the solo was? Yeah, so I'm desperately trying to remember what the distortion pedal I used was. I think it was the fuzz pedal, wasn't it? I'm going to say yes, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to say yes as well. So, but the main thing with it was I was using my Pearl Octave pedal, which is Pearl being more famous for drums these days.
Yep.
Is it's sort of from the 80s, and I managed to pick one up many, many years ago from a second-hand shop when I was a student.
Yeah.
And it gives you an octave down, 2 octaves down, and 1 octave up. And it's all analog, it's all synthy, and it just adds a really nice kind of thickness to the sound. So that was kind of the main thing I was messing around with on it, just to try and do something a bit different, because it just, I don't know, it just adds that thickness to the sound without, on a solo, without messing around too much with it.
Yeah.
You can't, not one you can use a chord with, because it doesn't do the polyphonic stuff at all. But
it freaks out and just goes, ah!
It basically, yeah. So, yeah, so that was my main effect on there. I think it was the JSA Little Fuzz, but I can't swear to it off the top of my head.
Yes, I mean, I had a quick listen to that before we started the podcast, and the octave effect was really, really cool. I was absolutely down for that, and there was some really strong kind of melodic lines in that, and you threw in a bit of chromaticism in there as well.
Oh, I'm sure I did. I don't analyse it that much anymore. I used to try and analyse what I was doing, and then I just kind of did what feels right. So
yeah.
I mean, it's all based around a pentatonic, nothing too clever around that, and maybe a natural minor in there somewhere.
Yeah,
so you've probably got a chromatic transition from one to the other at some point.
Yeah, there was a
that's the idea. It's a bit of melody.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of what. So we've had a little bit of a chat about the entries, and that's one of the things that we were looking for. Mostly when there was kind of melodic and something that was just slightly outside of the normal because everyone threw that in because it was a kind of Chuck Berry-ish style backing track, so you got it. So yeah, I mean, myself, I decided to take the design brief a little too seriously, and through every effect. So I started off with an Octavio style fuzz, but then no, it weren't the Octavio. It was wah, wasn't it? It was the auto wah.
There's definitely wah in there.
So yeah, it starts off with the
Kurt
auto
Hammett
wah.
was looking for his wah pedals.
He was, yeah. He was standing at the window, just pouring at it. So yeah, it started off with auto wah, and then sneaks in with some harmonised Octavio little riffs going on in the background. Goes on with that for a little while, and then there's a sneaky little bit of kind of guitar synth, which it was very difficult to make that not sound crap. So that bit probably took me the longest to make it not sound like it was a broken computer. But then I threw a phaser at it, and then there was some chorus with kind of dual pentatonic middly widdliness harmonised with chorus, just in case dual pentatonic harmony wasn't enough.
Wasn't a thick enough sound.
Yeah. And then there was an analog style octave, similar to the Octavio, but a different kind of vein. And then a little bit of reverb as well. And
somewhere in the middle of it, there was a bit of melody as well. It was actually a really nice solo.
Yeah, if I would have just done it straight, it might have sounded decent. But it's just I threw every effect at it that I could.
How many takes did you? Because one of the things that I was doing with mine was I did it all in one take.
Yeah. This definitely wasn't one take.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, sit down and try and figure it out. And I think I recorded it about 3 times.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell a lie. I recorded it 3 times. And there was one bit near the end that I cocked up on 2 of the versions, but on the first version was absolutely perfect for me. So kind of like thought, sod it, I'll reaper that.
Yeah, splice it in. Yeah. It's allowed.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell, so that's completely fine. Yeah, mine. I didn't even bother trying to do an entire run through. I did it all in little dancing sections. Yeah. Well, so the trick was, I went directly into Reaper actually, same as you, with the DAW. So I went into Reaper, but I went through my Line 6 Amplify footboard. So all of the guitar sounds, all of the amp sounds, and the effects were all digital.
Which you couldn't tell, actually. It was done really nicely.
Yeah, I mean, I quite often on the podcast and just in general, milling about the internet, I will really praise the Amplify stuff, because I think it came out and didn't really make a great deal of an impact. But I can't fault it. I think as long as you know how to dial it in well enough, it does some absolutely fantastic tones.
What surprised me when you told me it was an auto wah.
Yeah. I didn't have a foot anywhere near it. Yeah. Yeah, it was. I'd set the sensitivity just right for picking dynamics, and it did it fine.
Yeah, I think the auto was an underappreciated effect. It's one I need to keep revisiting because, it's when you're a young player and you get auto while you think you're going to sound like Hendrix, and you don't because you're just hitting the strings as hard as you can.
Yeah.
Then when you realise there's a thing called picking dynamics and there's a volume control on your guitar, you start to find out that actually an auto wah can do some really interesting things that you can't do with the normal wah pedal very easily.
Yeah.
But you just have to be. You have to be subtle, and I think that's the difference. You have to actually kind of not just hammer the strings. You have to go quite gently and just get, adjusting the volume control on your guitar can change the whole dynamic of how the auto wah does stuff.
Yeah. It's an interesting effect to get right, and I haven't had a great deal of time with it, but I found like dialing it into a certain way and just kind of letting the pick dictate the kind of the wah was the best kind of option for it. And it came out sounding natural enough for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's get onto the bit that everyone's been waiting for.
What, to find out you're the winner?
Yeah, I win. No, that would be the biggest crock ever. Although I must admit I have tried to rig it one or two times, but no, I am not.
You want that Range Master, don't you? That's what it is.
Really
the Range Master.
Yeah. I mean,
I've deliberately not tested it. Joe sent it over, and he said, I'd really love to hear you have a go at it and see what you can do with it. And I've not even unpacked it. I was like, no, if I take that out and put it on my board to test it, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah. You're a man of iron will, because I definitely would have tried it and then cancelled the entire competition.
Just vanished.
Yeah, worth it. So we had quite a few entries, and we had some really interesting stuff. So I'll mention a couple who I thought were pretty good, and then you maybe mention a couple who piqued your interest as well, and we'll let the people know who we decide on as well. So I'm going to start off with HB Guitar, because he was our first one, with the Hello Sailor Tube Screamer, which has got like a flick switch for the 808 and the TS9. I don't know which mode it was in, but it sounded brilliant. So the solo it had quite a few kind of classic guitar licks, and the guitar tone was amazing as well. But
I've got one of those drives, and it really is a great pedal.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried a few Hello Sailor Tube Screamer pedals, and they are absolutely phenomenal. But I think special mention goes to his second entry, which was perhaps, I mean, like even though we can't brand this one the winner, it's kind of the unofficial winner of the competition. So it was a Marshall.
It's the most pure thing I've ever heard.
Indeed, yeah. So it's a Marshall. I think, is it the MS2, the mini stack kind of thing that you use? Yeah,
it's the little red mini stack one. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like a dying battery, or something was not quite right about it, and it was essentially making kind of synthesized chicken sounds.
It was a death cries of a robot chicken, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was equal parts hilarious and brilliant.
Well, the fact that he kept it going for like the whole minute as well, pretty much.
Indeed.
It was just like and he just went with it. I just thought it was beautiful. Yeah. It was a moment. It really was.
It was. It was almost playing it like it was its own instrument, which I thought was very good.
What are those? The theremins? Is that what they are? The ones with where you can get the work off the way your hands are next to the electrical stuff. Oh, brilliant!
Yeah, he was playing it like a theremin, and he was playing it like a theremin next to his really awesome SG, which has got these kind of crazy gold foil pickups in, which it was amazing. So, like, hats off to that guy.
There's definitely a special mention for that one.
Yep. I'd also like to give a special mention to COA official or COA official. I don't know how we're pronouncing that one, but I'm going to go with COA. So there was kind of some strong melodic motifs, some pretty sound melody ideas. But the thing that blew me away was the guitar tone and the guitar pedal that he decided to use for this, which was the Boss ST2 Power Stack.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a name and a half, that, isn't it? Power Stack.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounded really, really good.
It did.
Listeners of the podcast will know that me and Boss, we've had a rocky past. But I think the Power Stack is the olive branch that we might need.
No, definitely great tone.
Yeah. So there's so many good entries, and I think everything Joseph, if not for the kind of the technicality, and so we got interesting melodies.
He's a technical player as well. I mean, he's a good player. No two ways about it.
But it weren't just technicality for technicality's sake. There was some really actual interesting note choices as well. So it was very kind of interesting melodically. It was a very close call for me, that one. But beyond that, it was the guitar faces. It was definitely the guitar faces.
He's a true connoisseur of the guitar face, isn't he?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, Joe Walsh of the Eagles would have a run for his money with these guitar faces on the go. And the pedal as well. The pedal was so cool.
Oh, yeah.
Another Hello Sailor pedal. And this one was made of the shell of a large munition.
Yes.
So that, I mean, me and Joe had a chat about that on the podcast, actually. But seeing it in action and hearing it, oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
So have you got some mentions you'd like to give out on this?
I think the other mention for me is Maurice. Maurice Arena's guitar. I thought the Skinner style solo I thought was inspired because it's a bit like there are some entries which we had where it's quite a sort of a classic rock kind of dad rock kind of progression, and to get something that really did sound like it was a Lynyrd Skynyrd set of melodies over the top of it, I thought was quite ingenious. So I think a big shout out for that one stood out to me as quite a cool entry because he was using, I was just bringing it up here now actually, he's using a Boss reverb and a Monarch Musical Devices Lion Drive.
Yeah,
and it was just such a cool, I've never heard of it before, but such a cool sound for that kind of music. So I thought that was really good. And I think he's playing a Strat, but the pickup's got a really weird look to it, which I really liked as well. Yeah. The neck pickup's kind of like weird kind of two-lined jobby type thing. Odd one, but I love it.
Okay. Oh, is it? That's got to be a Sustainiac then, that is, isn't it? If it's
it could be actually, yeah.
But he was definitely using position 2 in the Strat because it was quacky as all hell.
Yeah.
Again, just added to this this kind of Lynyrd Skynyrd style. And those open string, just little licks. Whoa!
He got a lot of comments. He got quite a lot of comments off his as well. Actually, he seems like a popular guy.
Yeah. So hats off to that chap. But now it's down to our winner, and I think after a little bit of deliberation and some back and forth, we both agreed on this one, didn't we?
We did indeed, yeah. So it was a great kind of melodic solo. Surprised us quite a lot, and actually used. I mean, so one of the themes throughout was that there was a lot of drive pedals being used, but interesting drive pedals and kind of custom ones.
Yeah.
And I think this one again, a really nice, interesting, not a hugely known make I don't think anyone. I mean, might be in some areas, but around these parts, it's not a particularly well known make. And I thought it was just the whole thing just came together beautifully, and it's quite a late entry as well.
Yeah, it was within the last day, I believe.
The dying breaths of the competition.
Indeed, yeah.
And I was it's just one of those ones that just really every part of it just came together for me and just really impressed me.
Yeah, there was very melodic moments. There were moments where it was flashy but not taking it too far. And the bits that got me were the country inspired kind of double stop bends and making a really kind of dad rocky sounding backing track come alive with a different kind of genre. I thought that was very good.
Yeah, it didn't have that kind of with my solo, for instance, it was a real sort of pentatonic that desperately went out occasionally to other things. It felt a lot more natural than that it wasn't kind of just the same old that I was going to be producing. And that's what, again, something that's really impressed me about all the entries was kind of how they broke out of that dangerous pit of pentatonics. But I think more than anyone, this was the one that kind of just threw me completely when I heard it.
It shined, didn't it? And just to make it official, that is that the winner of the competition is Mr. Alex Harper of Alex Harper Music.
It is indeed. Well done.
So, Alex, congratulations to you. I would clap, but I've got a microphone in my hand, so just imagine it. But so to claim your prize, get in contact. I think you're probably the best guy to get in contact with about this because you've got the pedals. So
I was going to say I've got the pedals, and actually it's probably worth mentioning what pedals we're going to win for this as well.
Indeed,
actually,
yeah. So let's.
Actually, first of all, let's talk about what he was using. So he was using a Pinebox custom Ahab drive was his main kind of tone for this on a beautiful Telecaster that he seems to own, which I hate him for. And so that was kind of where he got signed. So the prize pack is a Mark 1 JSA Effects Blues Maker.
Blues Maker,
This is one, isn't it? Blues Maker, which is a Blues Breaker clone, plus a bit, because you'll kill me for saying it's just a clone. There is the Hello Sailor Range Master, which I hope he doesn't have, because I know Alex actually has got one or two pedals from there. There's also the Donna, I can't remember what it's called now, the Octave Square. So there's a harmonizer pedal from Donna that I reviewed a while back that is in there. And the Echo Square, I believe, actually. Am I right in saying that?
I'll believe you.
I honestly can't remember. Yes, the Echo Square. I've got a picture of it. I'll tell you what I've got here. Yes, so there's five. There's the Blues Maker, the Range Master, the Plexi M from Mosky.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Which is like a really cool little Plexi pedal I did. There's the Echo Square, and then there's the Donna Harmonizer. So it's a big old prize pack, that, and I'm going to enjoy sending that.
Indeed.
And my wife's going to enjoy getting them out of the house.
Yeah. And Alex, if you do happen to have a Hello Sailor Range Master, just hit me up. Just give me a message, and you are more than welcome to donate it to me.
It's got to get out of my dead hands first.
No, absolutely. Just well done to Alex, and a massive thank you to everyone who entered the competition, and all of those people who showed interest in the competition as well, because we had quite a few people who didn't quite get their entries in just in time, and there were some people who were really interested in doing it but didn't quite know how they were going to, but still kind of created a buzz around the competition. So thanks to everyone involved.
I think we learned some lessons there as well, because it was not a 1 minute solo is quite a big thing to ask from people. So we knew when we did it was going to be quite a tough one. It wasn't going to be one of these tag a friend and win something, because it was really about trying to showcase something interesting. I know that's not easy, so a lot of people kind of probably were a bit scared off by that, and I think that's absolutely fine. Just means that next time we might make it a bit easier.
Yeah. There's definitely going to be a next time, because I had a great fun in doing this, and loved collaborating with yourself, and there's definitely going to be more of that.
Absolutely.
So I mean,
not right now.
Yes, yeah. Let's get all of the stuff in our faces with turkey and copious amounts of whatever else.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we'll get it started in the new year. Until then, we've got another little competition going on in the Fret Talk podcast group on Facebook at the moment. So that's well worth a check.
I should be entering that. I saw that this morning.
Indeed, yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?
It is.
And I will let you know, absolutely ace. That drive is absolutely just top quality. And it's another one of those that I've played it, and I will be almost reluctantly passing it over at the post office in about a month's time. How would you like this pedal sent? And I'll be like, no, I think I'll change my mind.
Back to me.
yeah. Just return to sender, please.
I got the address wrong. Oh, what do you mean?
That's it. Yeah. Oh well, it was meant to be. So I think that's where we're going to wrap it for today. And for a half-hour podcast, this podcast has now lasted just over an hour. So that's pretty awesome.
My daughter hasn't come up to find me yet, so even better.
Fantastic news. Right, I'm gonna try and get this whipped out as soon as possible. So it's probably going to go out either tomorrow or Monday. I don't know. So yeah, cool stuff. From myself, Excellent. Mr. Budget Pedal Chap. From Mr. Anjay of the DaveRage or DaveRage.
Whatever.
The Instagram account. So if you haven't followed it, go do it. DaveRage Instagram. Cool stuff. From both of us, it's going to be a tatty bye and a good night for this year on the interview series. Ta-ra.
See you later, guys.